Welcome to Big Time Early Access Edition. Congratulations, you've made it. For today's demonstration, we're going to discuss the first time user experience for the Big Time players. That's you. In front of us, we have some tutorial NPCs that discuss the lore behind the Big Time universe. Please interact with them as you acquaint yourself with the world of Big Time. In front of us, we see this Watertown robot kind of discussing, welcome to Watertown. Thank goodness you have arrived. You and your fellow Evermore students are the last hope. So on and so forth. Basically, these robots are going to kind of help you get acquainted with the game, with the lore, and kind of introduce you to this Big Time environment. Over here, this is a combat tutorial robot. Kind of just walks you through the process of that. We'll talk about that as well during our thing. We have party tutorial, combat, so on and so forth. With that said, we're going to start making our way over to the Pocket Watch vendors and kind of discuss what Pocket Watches are. Now my team just follow behind me. I can also teleport them, I guess, if they're feeling a little bit lazier. And we're making our way up over this mountain. Again, the area that we're located in is known as Watertown. One of the towns in the adventure zone known as Time's End. Alright. So, you've made your character and chosen your class. What now? Well, introducing the timeline system, which allows you to swap between different characters on the fly via Pocket Watch. So, a Pocket Watch, what are they? Well, a Pocket Watch allows you to travel through time, playing a character from an alternate timeline. Let me introduce you to that. Here's my class, and here's my inventory. As you can see, I'm a Chronomancer. However, thanks to the timeline system, I'm able to seamlessly switch to another class because I have another Pocket Watch in my inventory. So as you can see on the left side of my screen, I have a Chronomancer Starter Pocket Watch, Tier 0. This allows me to become a Chronomancer. Because I've interacted with it with some other NPCs in the past, I also have a Pocket Watch for the Quantum Fixer, Time Warrior, and the Shadow Blade. As I click on the Change Timeline button over here, you can see that I can swap seamlessly to another class of my choosing, having a variety of different skills not offered to me before. And that is Big Time's timeline system. Okay? A Pocket Watch, in layman's terms, is a character slot. Within your Pocket Watch, your inventories, skills, levels, equipment, and more are unique to your Pocket Watch alone. All of the above aren't shared, except for a global or shared inventory that persists across all characters. So again, as you can see, I have a Tree of Life here. I have dual edges. I have my Pocket Watches here, my Summon Party Potion. If I switch to a different class, via the timeline system again, you can see that these items stay here. Again, this is the global inventory system that persists through all of your different timelines, or through your Pocket Watches. And for those who are wondering, how does one acquire a Pocket Watch? Well, for starters, behind us, you can see that we have Pocket Watch vendors, who, if you interact with them, will provide you with the starter Pocket Watch for a particular class. For example, we have a Chronomancer trainer here. We have a Benjamin Franklin, the Quantum Fixer trainer here. Shadowblade trainer here. And the Time Warrior trainer here. And just for demonstration purposes, I don't want to mess my things up too much. I'm going to interact with the Genghis Khan Time Warrior trainer, so you guys kind of have an idea as to how that functions. So if I interact with it, you can see that I have a bunch of items that just came to my inventory on the right side. And now if we go through my timelines, we can see that I now have a level 0 Time Warrior Starter Pocket Watch. I'm going to switch to that, just because I just got the character. And I'm going to equip all of the things that was given to me by that vendor. Again, however, because I don't care to play, I already have a Time Warrior Pocket Watch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch back to my Chronomancer. I'm going to drop whatever thing else may have come to my inventory. It looks like nothing else did. And I'm going to get rid of that level Tier 0 Pocket Watch. This is level 1, and this is Tier 0. That's what I'm dropping. Perfect. Alright, with that said, let's start to introduce the classes of Big Time. So, classes of Big Time. Who are they? What are they? Up first, I'd like to introduce the Time Warrior, played by Classic, running it in front of me. Time Warriors. Bloodthirsty soldiers seeking to taunt enemies, mitigate damage from friends, and deal heavy blows. Time Warriors are the brute force class of Big Time. That's gorgeous classic. You can just take a seat. Next, the Chronomancer. Practitioners of the dark arts and imbued with the power to burn, destroy, and weaken enemy. Chronomancers are the magic class of Big Time. As you can see, I am the Chronomancer. Third, Shadowblade. Nimble rogues who dash in, played by our very own classic as well. Nimble rogues who dash in and out of combat, backstabbing foes from the shadows and setting hidden traps. Shadowblades are the stealthy class of Big Time. And finally, we got the Quantum Fixer, played by our very own Alias. Brilliant engineers designed to strengthen friends, deploy gadgets, and responsible for keeping the team alive. Quantum Fixers are the support class of Big Time. Like any traditional MMO, Big Time has its own combat system. And you can go through a list of basic attacks, a series of basic attacks, through left-clicking the mouse button. In my case, as I go through my left mouse button clicks, I'm going through a series of fireballs. However, in Big Time, we also have what's called a combo system. And at any point in time, during my left click animation, and you can see towards the bottom of my screen these four white circles, which is again Big Time's combo system. I can do a right click, doing a combo or finisher attack. Different combos in Big Time or different finishers elicit different abilities. Whether it's stunning the enemies, taking health back, repelling enemies away, or dealing heavy blows. Finishers in Big Time allow you to interact with mobs in a way that's just more than just a left click kind of button mashing adventure. Big Time really does also, by the way, emphasize the idea that it's a fast action-paced environment. So what does that mean? It means that all you gotta do is you can do a little bit of dashing around, side to side, strafing, strafe forward, strafe backwards. Any class can do this. And you can just kind of hit each other up a little bit. I know some questions were asking earlier because, you know, we're seeing all these different characters interact with each other. Will there be PvP in Big Time? And the answer is, it's on the roadmap. The devs love the idea, but as of the early access and as of launch, that will not be possible. So let's talk a little bit about the character that I have in front of me, the Chronomancer. Outside of the abilities, for that matter. As you can see, we have opening into my inventory. We have our equipment slots where I can equip, you know, different hats and a torso, a chest piece, shoulders, so on and so forth. I kind of want to draw your attention towards our stat system. Okay, on the bottom left-hand side of my screen, we can see that we have 6 possible stats at this time that you can spec into: strength, dexterity, intelligence, vitality, wisdom, or agility. And I know I kind of just briefed over that, so let's just kind of go through a quick rundown as to what each one does. In regards to strength, then we'll go to my skill trees just to kind of showcase it a little bit. For strength, as you can see, it increases your strength stat, increasing your max health and non-magical damage scaling abilities. So each time I put a point into this, you can see on the top right hand... Oh, actually, I probably shouldn't do that with my Chronomancer. We'll do that later. And after strength, we also have dexterity, which increases your accuracy and evasion attributes. These are usually geared towards the Shadowblade classes. And then we have intelligence. This is usually geared towards more of the Chronomancer class, where we get max energy and magic damage modifiers. To kind of demonstrate what the skill specking process looks, or what the stats specking process looks like, we're going to put some points into our intelligence. On the right side of my screen, if this stays, we can see that it's increasing your intelligence stat, will increase your max energy and magical damage scalar abilities. So as I put a point into intelligence, you can see my magic damage modifier and my max energy is slowly increasing. We're at 14 and 206 right now, respectively. We're going to just put one more point in. Now we're at 15 and 306, respectively. That's more or less kind of how the stat system works within Big Time. Since we're on the screen already, we may as well discuss a bit more of our skill trees. So, for those who are wondering, Yes, this is currently the skill tree for the Chronomancer, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 active abilities for the Chronomancer. These are masteries, okay? So I know a lot of you guys are wondering, and you're saying, well, what, 5 abilities for the rest of the game? That seems a little lackluster, and the answer is the team knows that. They've actually kind of designed a lot of the replayability around what's called the Pocket Watch gear. So if we go back to my inventory, we can see that my Pocket Watch, which again is tier 0, has a slot for a gear. Unfortunately, I don't have a sample to show you guys to demonstrate, but what a gear is allows you to expand your skill trees through other subtrees if you come across one. So let's say, for example, I find a Pocket Watch gear for my Chronomancer called like Fire Advanced or something of that sort. Essentially, let's say it'll unlock a total of maybe 7 or 9 abilities available to me that will expand my current skill tree system, allowing me to have access to more skills and be even much more devastating in combat. How one person would come across a Pocket Watch gear? They're super rare, as you can see. None of us has one so far. They're super rare, and you essentially just kind of find them as loot, right? Whether you kill a monster, kill a boss, do a dungeon, etc. You're kind of just working off of that. Please be mindful that there are different types of pocket watches and pocket watch gears that comes in all different shapes and sizes. So you may have some pocket watches that may give you additional strength, and some pocket watches that may give you additional stats here and there. Same thing goes for the gears. You may have some pocket watch gears that that gives you access to not just one subtree, but multiple subtrees. So for those who are asking, what's the replayability in BigTime? What am I looking for? Well, really, outside of the NFTs, of course, you're also looking to kind of further your gameplay along by searching and being on the hunt for these different pocket watch gears and pocket watches themselves.